Imagine standing on a crowded Manhattan sidewalk, tilting your head back so far that your neck aches. Above you, a tower of glass and bronze rises so thin that it seems to disappear into the clouds. You can count the floors, 84 of them, but the building appears barely wider than a subway car. The wind howls between surrounding skyscrapers, and you wonder, how does this toothpick of a building not snap like a twig? This is 111 West 57th Street, the world's most extreme ultra-slender skyscraper. It stands 1,428 feet tall, as high as the Empire State Building's roof, yet its width is just 60 feet. That gives it a height-to-width ratio of 124, making it nearly 24 times taller than it is wide. For comparison, a standard pencil has a ratio of about 120. So this building is literally skinnier than a pencil. The question that kept structural engineers awake at night was simple: how do you prevent a 400-foot-tall needle from swaying violently in New York's hurricane-force winds, without turning it into a massive concrete block? Let QuickTech Process take you through the answer right now. 111 West 57th Street, also known as Steinway Tower, is an 84-story residential skyscraper located directly across from Carnegie Hall. It rises 1,428 feet, making it the tallest residential building in the Western Hemisphere and the most slender skyscraper in the world. To put that in perspective, the building is 24 times taller than its width. A standard door is about 3 times taller than it is wide. This thing is skinnier than a dancer's waist. The project cost approximately $2 billion and took nearly a decade to complete, 2014-2021. The key players were the developers JDS Development and Property Markets Group, with architecture by Shop Architects and structural engineering by WSP. For the average person living in New York, this building matters because it redefines what's possible on Manhattan's famously tight lots. The site is only 60 feet wide, barely enough for a single bowling lane. By building impossibly tall and slender, developers created luxury condos with breathtaking views, while preserving the historic Steinway Hall next door. The human promise is simple: you no longer need a wide footprint to build a landmark. You just need genius engineering. Manhattan is a geologist's nightmare. The island sits on a bed of schist bedrock, but it is not flat. The schist dips and rises unpredictably, and at the Steinway Tower site, the bedrock slopes steeply away. Engineers had to dig foundation piles down to 80 feet just to reach solid rock, and even then, they found soft pockets of decomposed rock that threatened to destabilize the whole tower. The solution was to drill 30 massive caissons, each 6 feet in diameter, down to 100 feet, and fill them with high-strength concrete. But here is the kicker: the tower itself only occupies a 60-foot wide sliver. The foundation had to be wider than the building's footprint, extending under the neighboring Steinway Hall. That meant tunneling underneath a historic landmark without cracking its marble floors. The second nightmare was wind. At 1,400 feet, winds can exceed 100 miles per hour. Worse, the tower is surrounded by taller buildings that create turbulent wind tunnels at street level. A conventional building would sway several feet in a storm, enough to make residents seasick. The challenge was to keep the top floor motion below 1 foot, even in a once-in-a-century gale. Engineers had to invent a new kind of damping system. The most mind-boggling challenge was logistics. The site had almost no room for material storage. Concrete trucks could not queue. Deliveries had to be timed to the minute, with every beam and glass panel lifted directly from the street to the floor using a self-climbing crane. One missed delivery could halt construction for days. The secret to the Steinway Tower's slenderness lies in its exoskeleton. Unlike a typical skyscraper that hides its structure behind a glass skin, this building wears its bones on the outside. The east and west facades are covered in a lattice of bronze-colored terracotta and steel. This is not just decoration, it is a Diagrid structural system, inspired by the Eiffel Tower. The Diagrid consists of 6,200 individual steel pieces, each computer cut to fit exactly. The diagonal braces form a continuous network of triangles that transfer wind loads directly to the building's core, eliminating the need for bulky interior columns. Here is a specific detail that will make you pause: The Diagrid uses 6-inch thick steel plates at the corners, welded into nodes that weigh up to 6 tons each. The welds were inspected with X-ray machines to ensure zero defects. A single bad weld could have sent cracks propagating through the entire skeleton. The core of the building is a reinforced concrete shear wall, but it is only 30 feet wide, half the building's width. That is incredibly skinny for a core. To make it work, engineers used ultra-high-strength concrete with a compressive strength of 14,000 psi, nearly twice as strong as the concrete used in most skyscrapers. They also embedded steel buckling restrained braces, BRBs, inside the core walls. These BRBs act like shock absorbers. They bend and stretch during an earthquake or windstorm, dissipating energy without breaking. But the most brilliant innovation is the tuned liquid column damper, a type of mass damper that uses water instead of a giant steel block. On the top floor, engineers installed a 400,000 gallon water tank divided into 2 chambers connected by a pipe. When wind pushes the tower one way, the water sloshes to the opposite side, counteracting the motion. The system is passive, no motors, no electronics, just pure physics. And it cost a fraction of a traditional tuned mass damper. Wait, there is more. The building has not 1 but 2 dampers. The primary is the water tank, and the secondary is a set of viscous dampers inside the crown, essentially giant pistons filled with silicone goo that resist motion. One surprising fact is that the terracotta facade is not just for looks. The terracotta panels are 75 mm thick and act as thermal mass, absorbing heat during the day and releasing it at night, cutting air conditioning costs by 15. The panels are also self-cleaning. A special titanium dioxide coating breaks down dirt when exposed to sunlight. Another counterintuitive detail: the building has no central elevator core in the traditional sense. Because the footprint is so narrow, the elevators are stacked vertically in a single shaft, but they use a twin system, 2 cars in one shaft, one above the other, allowing twice as many people to move without doubling the shaft width. It is like a double-deck bus, but vertical. The construction logistics were insane. The tower crane was not fixed to the ground. It was attached to the Diagrid itself, climbing the building as it grew. The crane could lift 20 tons, but the weight had to be perfectly balanced, otherwise the slender tower would lean. Every lift was calculated to the pound. The Steinway Tower has changed how architects think about urban sites. Before, a 60-foot lot was considered too narrow for a serious skyscraper. Now, developers worldwide are exploring pencil towers in London, Hong Kong, and even Mumbai. For residents, living in the tower means panoramic views from Central Park to the Statue of Liberty, but also the knowledge that they are part of an engineering miracle. The building has already won dozens of design awards and become a symbol of New York's resilience and creativity. On a broader level, the tower proves that extreme constraints breed extreme innovation. When you cannot go wide, you go up. When you cannot hide your structure, you make it beautiful. The Steinway Tower is not just a building, it is a lesson that limitations are the mother of invention. As cities grow denser and land becomes scarcer, this slender giant will serve as a blueprint for the skylines of tomorrow. A 1,400-foot needle that dances with the wind instead of fighting it. That is the magic of engineering when it refuses to accept impossible. So here is a question for you: would you live in a building that is skinnier than a pencil, swaying gently in the breeze 1,000 feet above Manhattan? If this video gave you a new appreciation for what humans can build, hit that like button, subscribe to Quick Tech Process, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next deep dive. We'll see you in the next one. The skinniest buildings hold the biggest ideas.